I had some type of congestion thing going on. I'm not feeling the greatest, but bear with me. Hopefully you get through this together, right? So before I even get started for preaching part, I'm going to pray. Okay? Father, I thank you so much for this time that we get to sit down, talk as a family. Please help us. Please help us to hear your words, to hear what you want us to hear, Father, to see what you want us to see, to be able to change our perspective. Thank you so much, Father. Amen. All right, so my big question for you this morning is like, what's holding you back? Do you feel stale? Do you feel like you're just sort of stuck floating there? Maybe you feel that way, or maybe you don't. Maybe you just feel like you're sort of meandering through life. Well, I wanted to go into the scriptures this morning and try to answer that, because there's two answers to that question: no and yes. All right. Let's start with the no here. Let's go to Luke chapter 9. Oh, I like that one. Luke chapter 9. I'm going to be in verses 23 and 24. I'll read this here. It says, "Then he said to them all, whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves, take up their cross daily, and follow me. For who wants to save their life will lose it. Whoever loses their life for me will save it." Now, for those of you who might not be familiar, this word disciple is like a learner or a student. Back in those days, you would get a master and you would go everywhere they went. You would do whatever they did. You would be all about what they're doing. And everyone who was following Jesus was called disciples. And one of the things is we can't really get caught up in the details of like who he was talking to here. He was talking to his disciples, but it was anyone who was following him who really believed what he was teaching, okay? If you have questions about that word, feel free to talk to someone who might invite you out today, okay? Yeah. Now, it's a very important word he uses here. And when you're reading the scriptures, you want to pay attention to which words are used. Right. And then that he uses the word, in Luke 9:23, he uses the word must before he talks about these three things. He says, must deny themselves, take up their cross daily, and follow me. Must. So that means there's a minimum bar. Not the maximum, not some achievement thing, not a gold medal thing, and say, this is the minimum requirements, okay? Right. Now, each one of these things, denying yourself, carrying your cross, and following Jesus, is worthy of a sermon in and of itself. Yeah. So therefore, I'm only going to focus on one of these. And then I'm going to get to my second point a little bit later on. But I'm going to focus on one of these, denying yourself. Yeah. Which is a weird thing to say. Like, I am who I am, I'm Maurice. Why would I deny who I am? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? But let's think about, what does the word denial mean? It means the refusal of something requested or denial, or a statement that something is not true. So we're talking about self-denial. We're talking about at least two significant aspects. The first is something that is desired, something that we're interested in, something that we want. So the reality is there's a lot of things that we want in life that we have to say no to. Primarily, really, we have to say no to and refuse ourselves. Because there are times we want something that we want it so bad, but we have to say no to ourselves. For example, I want money to buy this Dodge Viper. Dodge Viper is my favorite car, but I realized even if I had the money to buy it, I shouldn't buy it. You should spend $100K on just a car. Come on, think about it. But this idea like, I want this, or like, well, I want to have more time to do XYZ thing. Like, oh, I want to watch this TV show. I'm like, well, take your time. And no need to binge watch on Netflix. Just a couple episodes at a time. I touched a nerve there. Okay. Like, still, why would I deny myself of these things I want? I'm just like, well, is the current you really where you want to be at? Is it really where you want to be? Because sometimes these things, sometimes are sin, sometimes they're not, but in Hebrews 12:1 says these things hinder us. They entangle us. They wage war against our souls. Have any of you in the last 12 months had moments where you're just dealing with what's going on in life and seeing things that are going on, and it just troubles you? Like it almost seems to wound your heart and mind. You're like, what is this? What did I just see? What is going on? And it just bothers you. And these things get exposed to are waging war against us. They're actually messing with us. Yeah. What type of things do we need to say no to? For example, fear. Our fears. Like for me, one fear is abandonment. I'm just like, sometimes I'm like, well, I don't want to put myself out there because bad things might happen. I'm just like, well, bad things are going to happen anyway. Yeah. But the thing is, sometimes if you're too afraid, you miss an opportunity. Like I remember one time I was going to hang out with Leo. I'm not sure I told you this story before, but I was going to go hang out with Leo. I dreamed over at his house for lunch. I didn't see his car outside. I'm like, oh man, maybe he forgot. I was sitting out there for about 10, 15 minutes. I'm like, well, I guess he's not here. I sent a message like, hey man, sorry I missed you. I guess we'll catch up next time. We get a text back, he's like, what are you talking about? I'm inside the house. He was there the entire time, so I was just sitting outside the house being like, oh, maybe Leo doesn't want to really hang out today, or maybe he just forgot about me. It's like, no, Leo was there. It was my own fear that was holding me back. Because all I had to do is just check and say, like, a couple minutes earlier, be like, let me just ask, hey, are you coming there? Right. And just ask that question, not be afraid to ask that. And I've been inside chilling out with him sooner. But also with sharing our faith, it's like, are you afraid to say something to somebody? Yeah. It's just like, mention something about God, mention something about Jesus. Make that transition from whatever pointless sort of thing you were talking about to something important. Or even like, are you afraid to challenge somebody about something? Like, you know, like, you and our brothers and sisters here, if you see something that's wrong, and it's just like, now I'm not talking about, you know, just hauling out the verbal bazooka and just blasting them. I was just saying, just talk to you like, hey bro, you know, I saw XYZ happen, are you okay? What's going on? Not as someone who's mad, but someone who's just concerned and actually wants to help. As I'm, hey, what's up, bro? Yeah. Another thing, laziness. I know I mentioned binge watching. I'm not a huge binge watcher, but what I used to do, and I have to watch myself on, is the video gaming. And I'm just like, I remember when I was in college, I rented a video game and a video game system. I'm like, I want to play this Final Fantasy game. Some of you may have heard of those. Final Fantasy. Yeah. These games take about 30 to 40 hours to complete, sometimes 50 or 60. I was on spring break. I finished one of those games in the spring break. I rented the system and the game, beat it. Because that's just how I rolled. And this is sometimes we don't want to do anything. But it's just like, is that really how you want to live your life? Not getting anything accomplished? All you got to show for it is a trophy on your PS3 profile? Is that what you want to do with your life? I'm just saying, it's like, they're fun, but that shouldn't be the achievement or the value in your life. Comfort. Sometimes, like, you just get comfortable. Like, you only help and love and take care of the same people that you always taking care of. And I even go bring in the word selfishness, because sometimes we're all about just our family, people who are related to us, and our best friends. I'm just like, what about that guy on the corner who needs your help? What about that person in class who's having a bad day that you could at least say hi to? You know, are you so comfortable that you never step outside that zone to either help someone or get help from someone new? And also, I can't leave this out, bitterness, anger. Hold on. I have to crush that a little bit. So, with anger and bitterness, I'll be like, are you holding on to something? Like, you have some powerful emotions about a relationship you have, and you just let it sit there. But you want to hold on to that. Come on. You know, sometimes we just hold on to our pain instead of dealing with it. Yeah. We just nurse it like it's a baby, but when it actually is a monster. And it's nuts. But we're not aware of that, and we just let it sit. Do you have an attitude with somebody you just need to deal with? You got to say no to that bad attitude. Okay, I'm going to keep going here. And the other half of denial is saying something's not true. Sometimes you have to say something's not true about you. That sometimes something you believe that you believe at the core of your being is just dead, stinking wrong. I'm serious about that. Sometimes it's something like this person hurt me, I don't have to help them. Or I can't do it. I'm so bad I shouldn't even try. Or I'm so awesome I don't have to try. Or just, you know what, people don't like me. Why should I even do this or talk to this person? People just don't like me. I'm weird. Actually, that's how I struggle. I struggle with thinking I'm weird. But the fact is, none of us are really normal in the first place.
Right.
So for me to act on that lie that I think I'm weird, I'm just saying, no. The fact of the matter is, John 8:44 talks about Satan is the father of lies. That's how he beats us. He gets us to believe some type of lie, and then we act on that lie, and then we mess ourselves up.
Yeah.
And the thing is, lie cakes on top of lie, where we believe that the problem isn't the lie we believe, it's other people or other things, and we keep on doing the same thing. And we keep on going through the same cycle, making the same mess up, because we keep on believing the same lies Satan told us. So what the scriptures tell us are true. Alright? So I know I talk a lot about no just now. And here's the reality. And if you're watching on Facebook, you can't just say no to something and think that things are going to change. Because you're going to wind up being like a clean house that has a whole bunch of bad residents move in. You know, that vacant house is like, oh yeah, just sitting there, it's cool. Now, all of a sudden, there's a whole lot of action going on there. It's actually like a drug house or something. Don't let yourself become a drug house. You have to say, oh, I'm serious. It's like, you have to say no, but then you have to say yes to something else.
Yeah.
That brings us to our second scripture, which is 1 Corinthians 9, 24 through 27. And there's something about the scripture I want you guys to get. This was a letter to the Corinthians. They lived in a city called Corinth, and they had something there called the Isthmian Games. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It was second only to the Olympic Games. So they were familiar to the concept of athletes because they were into that. They had that big celebration. They did these athletes just like we have the Winter Olympics right now, right? You might watch some Winter Olympics?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool. All right, so let's read this scripture. It says in 1 Corinthians 9, starting from 24, do you not know that in a race all runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way to get the prize. Everyone who competes in the games goes in the strict training. They do it to get a crown that will not last. But we do it to get a crown that will last forever. Therefore, I do not run like someone running aimlessly. I do not fight like a boxer beating the air. No, I strike a blow to my body and make it my slave, so that after I preach to others, I myself will not be disqualified for the prize. So, first thing it talks about strict training here. And it's like, well, in order for us to say yes, you have to do some work. Like you have to commit to doing some type of work, something that you're going to do. Like I remember I was watching a little bit of the Winter Olympics yesterday. There's something called ski jump, when you get on this giant ramp, you go down this giant ramp, and you fly off it for and go 100 meters through the air on skis. Aiden was watching, he says, he's flying! I'm just like,
Yeah.
well, sort of, yeah.
Well, sort of.
Yeah, sort of. It's got a jump right there.
Yeah.
But one of the things I'm getting to here is they talk about one of the guys, it's like, how did he get started? He's like, well, he was afraid of heights, so he decided to go ski jumping. It was like, okay. Because that's quite a place to start.
Yeah.
I was just like, well, if you have something that's blocking you, that's in your way, what's your plan? Do you have a plan? Or are you just saying, well, I'm afraid of heights. Well, I guess I'll just stay out of high areas. That's not dealing with it. This guy is just like, you know what? I'm scared of heights. I'm going to put myself in the highest place available and learn how to actually deal with that. Probably even get hurt in the process, but learn how to deal with his fear. And that's what I'm sort of challenging with this morning. It's just like, take on a challenge that's going to help you overcome things. Like for me, one of the things I'm working on right now, because I need to work on, is the concept of mindfulness. I don't know if that sounds like it's sort of like Eastern word. I'm just like, no, not so much that. Jesus says in Matthew 6:34, it's like each day has enough trouble on its own. Each day will worry about itself. What I'm talking about here is just like, focus on today. Like, one of my biggest challenges right now is I'm a licensed foster parent. I've been taking care of my foster child Aiden for almost a year and a half now. And we're in some legal wrangling right now. And I can't go into details about what that's about.
Right.
But me and Kira have an update about some things that are going on because we had court trials and lawyers and all this stuff going on. And one day I said to him, it's like today we are parents. I don't know about tomorrow.
Right.
But today we are parents and we have to do what we have to do.
Come on, Maurice.
Come on.
And that's what this is about. It's like we have to take on the challenges we facing in life. I mean, like, I am going to address this and take this as an opportunity to change and become better. And train and be different.
Come on.
Like, one of the challenges we're facing right now is like we don't have kids classes in the back. And right now we don't have those kids classes. We need some more people to volunteer. But I want to put it to you a different way about serving in Kids Kingdom. It's a challenge. It's a love challenge, actually. Because the reality is, we all need to love more like Jesus.
Yeah.
And none of us are perfect there yet. And the kids will train you in that.
Yeah.
Well, on one way, sometimes they will show you examples of love that we have forgotten how to do. Just not being embarrassed to show that we care. But seriously, I had this happen in the McDonald's last Wednesday. Aiden came in with Kira, and he just ran up and hugged me. It's like, he calls me Reese or Papa Reese. He's like, Reese! And he just runs up to me and hugs me in the middle of McDonald's. He just didn't care. And someone walked up to us and said, like, oh yeah, that's just awesome to see a kid who just isn't ashamed to show how much he loves people. And they show you those examples of what love is like. But they also test your patience. They test your patience and your attitude, your endurance. And that's all training. It's an opportunity for you to grow. And even another thing, you can also, when you're talking about training on things, take something to study out in the Bible, whether it's a book, a topic, a person. Go through that, complete that. If you're not sure what to do, get some help from a brother or sister who might be able to help you. Or if you're new here, ask someone who might invite you out. It's like, hey, what can you help me out with? Can you sit down and help me go through some scripture, study the Bible? But why should I train? Why should I go through all that? Well, there's a crown. The crown that they won in these games I told you about was this little plant leaf that wilted. In the Olympic Games now, you get a gold medal. It's not bad. It was worth some money. It looks good. I remember when I was in high school, I spent from the 6th grade to 12th grade, I was in the chess club, and yeah, I told you. I was in the chess club, and I would go to tournaments and stuff, and that culminated in the South Carolina State Championship my senior year. And after playing 5 games, which is like literally 5 hours of chess, I got into a tiebreaker, came in second for the entire state, got this little 3-foot trophy. Where is it now? I don't know. Long story short, I had some trouble with the movers when I first got here, and it's on the truck. That's all I can tell you. It's on the front somewhere. And that fact that there's so much stuff we work for here, where promotions and stuff, temporary. But there's a permanent crowd here that we can work for. For where your treasure is, your heart will be also. That's Matthew 6:21. What you invest in, that's where your heart's going to be. There's a crown. God suddenly wants to give you something permanent that could never be taken away. There's a real you, a destiny for you. Literally in Revelation 2:17 it says there's a white stone with a new name on it. You have a real name and you don't even know it yet. There's a real you. There's an eternal destiny that's waiting for you. And that's why you can't run aimlessly.
Come on.
I'm wrapping it up here. Hold on.
Come on, Maurice.
You have to have a goal or a vision. Think past your current situation. Because sometimes we're caught up in just like, pay the bills, this exam, this test, this project, this situation at work, and we're caught up in that moment. How many of you heard a song called Bittersweet Symphony by Burr Pipe? Some people remember that song. There's a lyric in that song that says, it's a bittersweet symphony that's life. Try to make ends meet. you're a slave to money, and you die. That's how you feel about life right now. You're just running, trying to get the next exam done, trying to get the next homework assignment done. You're just on a hamster wheel, just running. And it just seems like there's no point. Before I became a disciple, that's definitely how I felt about life. I was just like, I wasn't even trying. I was just like, what is the point of this? Like, I get a job, I make some money, so my kids can get a job and make some money, so their kids can make some job. What is the point of this?
Yeah, come on.
But if we take aim and we see a vision, like, one of the things I want to do is to get a little bit more in the West End and try to really help some people out there.
Yeah.
Not in the sense of like just some type of physical charity, but life. Like the people who are getting beat down in life and just really need help and have a conversation. Like, I don't know if all of you know, but they're closing the hospital over there.
Yeah.
The main hospital that serves most of West End, they're closing it. It's been open for 80 years. And we have to have these dreams and visions that we pursue. And that's part of what propels us to a different thing. So if you're having a moment where you're just like, you feel like you're stuck, you feel like you're meandering for life, you feel like something needs to change, you need to do that. And what I mean by that, I don't mean T-H-A-T, I mean D-A-T. D, you need to deny yourself of something. Because there's something that's in your way. A lie that someone's told you, or a distraction he's put in your way that's keeping you away from it. You need to have aim. There's something you want to shoot for, a vision, something that's going to motivate you. You need to train that done.
Come on.
Right? So you put 9 aim training. The idea here is I want you to have life to the full.
Right.
Like, but you have to grasp that.
Yeah.
You want that, but you can't do it. So one thing I want to urge you with is figure out what's the way. Figure out what you want to aim for. Figure out how you need to train. If you need help, ask a friend, a brother or sister, anybody. If you don't have a plan, help someone else work with you to find a plan.
Yeah.
So today, my prayer for you guys and for myself is that you'll find the aim, you'll go after it today.
Amen.
Get that gold medal, right? Amen. Thank you guys.